Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Are you ready for your first chemistry assignment? Yay! I have attached two videos, two worksheets that go directly with the videos, and I've also put the whole sequence of all the things that we'll cover in chemistry. If it's highlighted in red, that's what we're going to do in the units. If it's not highlighted, don't worry about it. But that's just to help you kind of get a visual. And any of those topics, you can Google and watch videos and YouTube and get an idea of what's going on ahead of time. I'm going to give you these little assignments, and they're all worth a few points. But at the end, once you've done all the assignments, we'll have an assessment. And those will be some choices, maybe a test, maybe a video, maybe a project. But this is your first unit, Unit 1, Atoms and Molecules and the Kinetic Theory of Matter. So I'll just explain to you what that all means. We're talking about atoms and molecules. Atoms are the smallest particles like building blocks, and I always relate those to Legos. Every little Lego can be torn apart and it's its own little Lego. Let's say we've got a red with 6 little dots on the top. That's an atom. And I could take 3 red atoms and stick them all together. That would be like a molecule or a compound because you're putting pieces together. You're putting building blocks together. Can I break them apart later? Break them apart. Yep. And now I've got my atoms again, and then I can put them back together. And when you put them together, it's called a bond. So you got atoms are the building blocks. They're the smallest little particle. In Greece, they called them atomos, which meant indivisible. Well, you and I both know that they are divisible, that there's something smaller than the atom. 3 particles inside the atom. Anyone remember what they are? Protons, neutrons, electrons. You heard them all before. Protons and neutrons are really heavy compared to the electrons. They're in the nucleus, deep inside, smashed together, really super tight. Protons are positive. Neutrons are neutral, like glue. They hold the protons together. And then the electrons are running around the outside, all super crazy. They're almost no mass. They're not heavy at all, even on a molecular level. They're like energy. It's like a force field. Wah, 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 wah. And like those are protecting the nucleus. And electrons are jumping on and off all the time. So that's an atom. So an atom does have 3 smaller particles. But back in the Greek days, they thought an atom was the smallest thing, that it was like a ball. So an atom, with its 3 little particles, can be bonded to other atoms to make molecules. Now, the kinetic molecular theory, it wants to talk about how those particles are moving. And you know that there are 3 states of matter. Sometimes matter is a solid. All the particles are packed together super tight. I can't push through them. There's no space, right? It's nice. It holds its form. It stands there. I don't have to put it in a glass. It doesn't flow anywhere. That's a solid. And those particles are really close together and they're wiggling, but they're not really moving. The next one is liquid. Okay, so liquid particles are moving a little bit more. Like in water, I can pull my hand through water. I can drink water. I can pour water into different kinds of containers, and they move and they change their shape a little bit. And then there's a gas. Whoa. Now, gases are all over the place. They will fill any space you put them in. I can squish them down into teeny little spaces like a propane tank or a lighter. Or I can put them into a balloon and they push the balloon out, and there's all this pressure in the balloon. If I pop the balloon, it makes a big noise because it releases the pressure. So you have 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas. The kinetic theory talks about how those are moving. And there's 5 postulates. And each one of those postulates describes what we've observed. Nobody made it up. Some smart people, men and women, all through time, all through history, watched matter, watched particles, and said, oh, I'm noticing a trait. I'm noticing a different property. And they wrote those down into the 5 particles or postulates. So today you are going to watch those videos and just absorb all the information. Bill Nye is really funny. Professor Dave also breaks it down and he shows you what the postulates are. And once you've watched those videos, I would watch them today and then leave them there. Forget about it. Go on tomorrow and come back to it. When you look at something today and then walk away from it and then look at it again tomorrow, it goes into your long-term memory more easily. If you only look at it today, it won't stick with you for day after day after day. So watch the videos today, maybe take notes or not, doesn't really matter. And then just leave it and then come back to it tomorrow and then turn the video on again, open up your worksheet and start working on the worksheet as you watch it again. And hopefully you'll find all the answers. And if you don't find the answer you want, or you want a better explanation, email me, Google chat me from noon to 2 every day. I'm on the Google chat and I can help you. 2 videos, watch them, come back the next day. 1 video, do a worksheet, come back the next day. Other video, do a worksheet, and then turn those in. Make sure that they're all done. And if you have any problems, call me. Check to make sure you get a comment and a grade. If you don't get a comment and a grade within 48 hours, then I probably didn't get it and maybe you turned it in wrong or something didn't upload. So double check. That's your responsibility. I can't track you down. Okay? Miss you guys. I wish I heard from you more. Don't forget I have a goofy Instagram and UHS Fengler, and you can come and look at me and like my stuff anytime, or you can find me on Snapchat and hide your snoring from me, and we can chit chat that way too. So take care, have a great day, and let me know if you need anything.